Welcome back to another episode of Dice City Picks. I'm your host, Tony Parlay. We've got 3 games to go ahead and break down today. We've got a hockey game, and we've got 2 basketball games to go ahead and get to on our slate. First things first, though, let's go ahead and do a quick recap. Missed you guys yesterday, but I did have some winning plays that I did want to go ahead. We got to review them. I had a winning day. 2-1 on the slate. You love to see that. Show you guys all my losses. I gotta show you some wins. Pulling it up right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at that winning day that we had. It was nice. You love to see it. 2-1. I'm pulling it up right now so we can go ahead and review it. I did go ahead and lose the under in Thunder and Timberwolves, but we did go ahead and get the other 2 plays. Utah Hockey Club on the 3-way market. And then we also got, let me go ahead and pull it up. Yep, Grizzlies plus 6.5. 2-1, you love to see that. Let's see if we can stack another 2-1 day here. Pulling up the slate right now. First things, let's go ahead and start out with the hockey game that we've got. That's the first thing that I'm looking at. And we've got 2 of the best hockey teams in the league facing off. We've got the Edmonton Oilers going all the way to Tampa to play the Lightning, 2 of the best teams in the league. Pulling it up right now. I wanted to say when I saw these odds, it was almost like a pick 'em right here. Looks like the second time they're meeting this season. The Oilers won the first meeting 2-1 back in December. Oilers opened up at -125 favorites on the road. It's been bet down to -110. Both sides it's -110, so it is essentially a pick 'em. Pulling it up. Looks like, what do we have for the total? 6.5 is what I saw for the total. Plus 1.5 puck line. Okay, let's go ahead and look into this. Looks like Lightning coming into this one off of a win over the Kraken. Oilers coming into this one off of a bad loss to the Capitals, 7-3. Lightning's win over the Kraken was 4-1. Public is backing the Oilers slightly, 52% backing the Oilers on the money line. Coin flip game, -110 odds on both sides. It's pretty much a pick 'em. Since January 30th, Tampa is 6-0-1, averaging 4.14 goals per game while surrendering only 2 goals per game. Oilers are 2-4-1 while allowing 4 goals per game. Lightning 19-7-2 at home. This is a tough one here, but everything that I'm looking at, there's no reason to go ahead and pick the Oilers. I don't really understand that. Maybe a little bit of that public love from seeing Connor McDavid in the 4 Nations final. I mean, he's great, but what about the rest of the team? I don't know. It seems like, public, I'm not agreeing with you on this one. It is a slight disagreement, but we've got the Lightning at home. They've been playing better of late. The Oilers are giving up tons of goals. I think they gave up 6 to the Flyers on Saturday, 7 to the Capitals on Sunday. That's not a good sign. Yeah, I don't really understand this one. This one confuses me. I'm just going to go ahead and fade the public. We're going to ride with the Lightning. Lightning at home, -110 odds. That's going to be our money line play. So we've got a spread and a total next. Let me go ahead and pull up the notes here. We're going to go to the hardwood. Let's talk some NBA. Phoenix Suns at Memphis Grizzlies. This is the game that I'm targeting. Let's pull up my notes. 3rd meeting of the season for these 2. The Grizzlies have won the last 2, including 119-112 a few weeks ago. Suns are coming into this one off of a loss to the Raptors, 127-109. Grizzlies also coming into this one off of a loss to the Cavs, 129-123. Grizzlies opened up as 7.5-point favorites. It stayed on that number. We've got it here. It is still 7.5 as I'm looking at it right now. I know we're on the same page. 7.5, total 245.5. Suns plus 240 on the money line. Grizzlies -300. That's just insane prices on the money line. Let's go ahead. We got our money line play already. We don't got to worry about that. We've got the spread and the total. Grizzlies play high-scoring games, but 240s, man, that does worry me. I have some reservations about playing anything in the 240s, 250s number. Little too high. I could understand. Public is actually backing the under in this as I see it. Public is all over the under, 75% on the under, which was surprising. I don't really like I don't know if I like that. This Suns team, they don't look like they enjoy playing basketball. They look miserable together. KD probably should have gotten traded at the deadline. As tempting as it is to fade the public on the total, Memphis is back at home. They just lost to the Cavs on the road in like a marquee game. Grizzlies are a much better team than the Suns. That's an actually well-coached team. All the role players know their jobs. There's not this bickering. There's no drama around that team. Everyone falls in line. Grizzlies are a much better team. I think I'm going to, you know what? As I'm looking at all the notes, it's all coming down. Give me the Grizzlies. I know it's a public play. Give me the Grizzlies to go ahead and cover this number. 7.5 points. Typically it's 5 at home, but this Suns team stinks. They're not going to make the play-in. They're not going to make the playoffs. KD's going to get traded this offseason. They're going to blow everything up. Just a mistake. Just a poorly run franchise going on over there. The Grizzlies, they're doing things right. Give me the Grizzlies in this one. Grizzlies cover this 7.5 point spread. Grizzlies minus 7.5 points at minus 110 odds. That's going to be our spread play. Let's go ahead and close it out now. We've got our money line play, Tampa Bay Lightning. We've got our spread play, Grizzlies minus 7.5. Last but not least, this is the marquee game that everyone's going to want to bet tonight. Everyone's going to be wanting to watch it. Mavs versus Lakers, the Luka revenge game. First time Luka is facing the Mavs as a member of the Lakers. Lakers coming into this one with a win over the Nuggets, 123-100. They're looking great in that game. Both Luka and LeBron figuring out how they can control that offense. Totally dominated the Nuggets in Denver. It was extremely impressive. Luka just went on one. He looks like he's finally getting in playing shape, making threes, making passes. Just tough to go ahead and defend, tough to deal with. When Luka's not on the court, LeBron's on the court. Haven't really figured out how they're going to play together, but the ability to stagger them is really tough to defend. Having one of those two players on the court at all times, fantastic for the Lakers. Reeves is turning into a solid third option. Makes sense. The Mavs, they made the Anthony Davis trade, then he gets injured. Everything looks like terrible for them. Bad PR from the Luka trade. They were looking good when Anthony Davis played those 2 or 3 games, but since he's been out, they look bad. Daniel Gafford is out. Derek Lively is out. They just don't have the pieces. They just don't have that full roster. So let's go ahead and talk about the game here. Lakers opened up as 5-point favorites. Quickly been bet up to 9.5, depending on the book. Total opened up at 227. It's been bet up to 230, 231, depending on the book as well. The Lakers moved from minus 198 favorites to minus 360. Good thing we got our money line play. Spread play, 9.5 points is a lot. I know the Lakers are at home. Book it for like a blowout. Tempting to go ahead and do that, but we got our spread play with Grizzlies minus 7.5. So I am targeting the total here. Both these teams go on runs. I've watched the Mavs, the new look Mavs, and it's basically Kyrie and it's Clay, and they get hot sometimes. They got PJ Washington. They can do some things. What was his name? Christie looks good for the Mavs as well. I don't know. I could see them going on runs. I think this does have blowout potential, but the defense doesn't seem there. Without those big men down low for the Mavs, they can't really defend. Saw that. The Warriors had their way with them. They blew them out. They had that game won by halftime. I believe they were up 20 for most of that game. So you really can see how the Mavs are just hurting. They don't have their full complement of players, so they can't do what they need to do. And the Lakers, they're hot right now. They're looking great. Luka's come in. They beat the Nuggets. They ended that little streak they had that slump they had against the Nuggets where they were unable to figure them out, and they're starting to put the pieces together. You can slowly see, and I don't know how good of their playoff chances are because of their defense, but their offense is top notch. They are one of the best offenses in the league now. They have Luka and LeBron together. They're going to score buckets. They're going to score points. There's just so much you can do on defense. Those two players are so talented. The defense isn't a priority for the Mavs right now. The defense isn't a priority for the Lakers, but I know the offense is going to be there for both of these teams. I'm going to have to ride with the public again. 80% of the money is on the over. I'm going to be part of that 80%. What do I have it here? Is it 230.5 or 231 for the Lakers game? 230.5. I'm going to take it. Give me the over. 230, give me over 230.5, minus 115 odds for this Mavs at Lakers game. So that's going to be our final play. Give us the quick recap. We're going to go ahead and take the Tampa Bay Lightning on the money line at minus 110 odds over the Oilers. We're going to take the Grizzlies minus 7.5 points over the Suns, minus 110 odds as well. Last but not least, give me over 230.5 points in Mavs at Lakers tonight at minus 115 odds as well. Those are your plays. Click on the banner. Let's make some money, and let's make it a profitable night.